thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Fran, for helping me out with this, and the people of the Village Players. There's a couple of people out there that I've done, you know, writing with, film with, theater with. Actually, Stan Jacobs is here. Hello, Stan. He's out in the back there. He has a film premiere coming out, which I've actually had a small role in, October 6th, right?
Yes. At
the Newtown Theater, which is in Bucks County. So to talk to him when we go out and hobnob a little later about that. I have two very talented actors here to help me out. I thought, since we're in a theater and the book has a lot to do with theater, I figured, you know, instead of just having me stand up here and read a scene, it would be great to have somebody act it out. So luckily, we have Sarah Graham and Thane Matson to play Win and Nev, and luckily they actually kind of look like what I pictured Win and Nev to look like. So I just met them this morning, so bravo to casting for that one. We'll do the little reading, and then I'll go back out into the lobby where I have some books for sale, and I know some people have already bought and read the book, so thank you very much for your support. So I'll be signing them out there. We also have free bookmarks and book plates, which is basically a little label that, you know, if you did not bring your book or if you bought it on Kindle, you can take a book plate and I'll sign that and you can stick it wherever you would like to stick it. Sorry, did not mean that to come out the way that it did. But it's free, again, out there in the lobby. We also have a raffle. For those of you who have read the book, you have read something about a horseshoe necklace. So we have a raffle. If you enter your name and email address and stick it in a little Stella container out there, I'll be pulling a name at the end of the event to win very similar to this horseshoe necklace. We have themed refreshments. My sister Lesley Grigg has been so kind to help me with, and think of the little specialized names, which you might also remember if you read the book, and if you didn't, please read the book. So I chose this scene that we're going to be reading not only to introduce the main characters and a little bit of the love story, because, you know, young adult novels need a little bit of love, but to incorporate theater, and it also kind of represents the whole theme of the book, you know, kind of to remember where you came from and who you are. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Sarah and Thane, aka Nev and Win, up to the stage, and we'll read a little scene from Remember.
Jealous, really? I didn't know animals could be jealous. I'll have to ask Mom about that one. But why on earth would Tango be jealous of me?
Well, think about it. If I was spending all my time with another girl, how would you feel?
Okay, now I see your point.
It had been 2 years since our first encounter in the theater, and I still felt the overwhelming giddiness, the weightlessness, the butterflies in my stomach every time he was near me. The difference now was I knew his name, and I could truly call him mine.
I guess you could say that Tango was the black beauty of our family. By the time she came to Grandma's house, she had already been deemed untrainable. But Gran was never one to take anyone's word as fact when it came to horses. And the more time I spent with Tango, the more I was able to relate to her. Misunderstood, abandoned, and discouraged. So I took on her training and ended up inheriting a horse.
Good thing Gran didn't just train horses.
We sat in silence for a while, comfortable in the quaint and cozy feeling of the large open stage we were standing on. It was funny how certain places could feel like home. Maybe it was because it had been a part of us since the beginning. When I looked back at Win again, he was holding out 2 cola bottles with a big dumb smile on his face.
Well, I'm full of surprises. I just don't have anything to open them with.
I smiled to myself, remembering a similar moment with Billy after seeing Win in the supermarket. Even though I could probably have twisted the caps open, I reached in my pocket for the keychain bottle opener Billy had given me that day. I handed the opener to Win so he could be the one to open our twist-off bottle caps.
You know, it was your mom who brought me to the theater the day we met.
What? She brought you here? Why?
Well, she didn't literally bring me. It was what she said the first time I met her that led me here. To you.
Wait, back up. We need to start from the beginning, please.
You know how your mom is a vet and takes care of animals.
Very funny. I mean, you should start from when you came in.
That first day she came to visit Tango.
Yes. The day we would have met if it hadn't been for a certain hair emergency.
Right. Well, you might as well have been there because your mom didn't stop talking about you the whole time.
Really? She never told me that.
She mentioned how much you wanted to come and insisted, but you got held up.
I guess my excitement over your call was more obvious than I thought.
Then she just kept talking about you.
Great. Luckily she didn't have the family albums with her to show you all my naked baby photos.
That would have been interesting. She did have a photo in her wallet, though.
No, which one? All my school photos are horrendous.
One of you in a pink sequin tutu.
She didn't.
I was intrigued.
I'm sure you were. I was 5, and that was my very first time on stage.
Yeah, that's what she told me, and then she continued to tell me about your involvement in theater since then, all leading up to your show you were working on at the time.
You little stalker.
Hey, I was just looking for an available piano and figured there had to be one tuned and ready for the next school musical. I just wasn't prepared for how beautiful you turned out to be.
What's a cowboy know about show tunes anyway?
Well, I did try for Oklahoma, I remember.
Yeah, that still baffles me too. Wait, why exactly did you audition?
I knew you'd be there.
You really are a stalker.
Well, it seemed like the best way to get close to you, and I did know a thing or two about ranches, lassos, and barn dances. I figured it was fate.
So was Tango really in trouble the second time my mom came to visit?
Yes, well, sort of. I could have diagnosed it myself. I just wanted to see if your mom had any more photos of you.
She told me about the thrashing and how she had to wrap up Tango's leg.
Well, I guess she had to tell you something.
The feelings I had for Wynn were stronger than anything I'd ever felt before. I laughed even harder, but not because anything was particularly funny, but because I was so overwhelmed with joy that I couldn't help myself. When I finally calmed down, I saw that Wynn was looking at me through the most sincere eyes. I was learning to read them pretty well, and I was happy about what I saw there. Available actors, if you have any, creative projects that you need very talented actors for. So, again, thank you all for coming. I don't know if Fran mentioned, but if you are interested, this is an open house. So if you feel free, there's people from the theater that are available for tours. Fran will also be on stage he does a lot of open mics and, live entertainment, so he'll be entertaining us for the rest of the afternoon. So help yourself to, wine and food, and again, I'll be out there reading or signing books. Reading. Sorry. And again, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. So.